Midlife crisis, which seems like just a textbook phrase, is actually a phase that many of us face. Today, let's take a look at 13 common signs of a midlife crisis in women. The feeling of emptiness and disorientation is one of the clearest signs. You feel that your life no longer has a purpose. Everything around you has become meaningless. What once brought joy now, it seems to become bland and lifeless. Confusion about the future, along with regrets about the past, gradually invade your mind. Do you remember feeling full of energy, ready to face anything? But now, it seems all momentum is lost. Work, daily activities, or even hobbies that once fascinated you no longer have the appeal. The feeling of fatigue is overwhelming, and sometimes you just want to give it all up. You begin to doubt whether past decisions were the right ones. From career choices, marriage, to relationships, you wonder if you had taken a different path. Would your current life be better? Feelings of regret and self-questioning can leave you depressed, worried that you've wasted your time or not made the most of an opportunity. Wrinkles and gray hair appear more and more, making you start to worry about your appearance. You feel like you are no longer as attractive as before, and pressure from society increases your self-esteem. Instead of feeling comfortable with the natural changes that come with aging, you start comparing yourself to younger role models, and that only adds to your insecurities. You have a strong desire to change things. From work to home to appearance, you want to overturn all your old habits and try new things. This is a natural reaction when you feel that your current life no longer brings the same excitement as before. However, this change is sometimes not a solution to the root problem, but just a way to avoid feelings of insecurity. The relationship between you and those around you is becoming more and more tense. You're easily hurt, impatient, and feel like no one really understands you. Arguments with your husband or children become more frequent, and sometimes you feel distant from those you love the most. Even though you are surrounded by family and friends, sometimes you still feel lonely. This feeling doesn't just come from a lack of communication, but a difference in emotions and psychology. You feel like no one understands what you're going through, making you feel lonely even though you're not alone. As we approach middle age, worries about the future and old age become more and more present. You fear about your health, finances, and even the meaning of life after completing family and work obligations. These worries can cause insomnia and increase mental pressure, leading to a more serious crisis. Youth seems to have passed quickly, and you begin to long to relive those days. You reminisce about the good times, when everything was easy and there weren't many responsibilities. Looking forward, wanting to regain your youth makes you feel regretful about the past, and sometimes this becomes a psychological burden. When your children grow up and leave home, you feel like you are abandoned. This change makes you feel like you no longer play an important role in their lives. At the same time, you begin to feel emotionally isolated, feeling sad, not wanting to share your feelings with anyone, because you think others won't understand or don't want to hear your worries. When your children grow up and leave home, you begin to wonder what role you still have. The feeling of losing important roles like mother and wife makes you afraid. Are you still valuable in this life? The fear of losing your importance can make you feel lonely. The world seems to be growing faster and faster, and you feel like you're being left behind. Changes in technology, culture, or communication make it difficult to keep up. This feeling sometimes makes you feel lost, like you no longer belong to the current world. When your children grow up and leave home, you begin to wonder what role you still have. The feeling of losing important roles like mother and wife makes you afraid. Are you still valuable in this life? The fear of losing your importance can make you feel lonely. Midlife crisis is a challenging period, but it is also an opportunity for us to find ourselves, face our worries, and find ways to overcome them. It's important that you recognize these signs and begin the journey of taking care of your mind, body, and emotions so you can continue living life in a more peaceful and meaningful way.